Some Roku and TCL TV owners say software updates meant to improve their devices actually broke them.
Your TV didn't break, it updated. And now Roku and TCL are being accused in a lawsuit of pushing software updates that allegedly turned working smart TVs into black screens, frozen boot loops, and unusable devices. But this story is bigger than TVs, because if companies can remotely change the products inside your home after you buy them, what exactly do you still own? The products we buy no longer stay the same after we bring them home. There was a time when a television was simple. You plugged it in, you turned it on, and unless something physically failed, it worked for years. But modern smart TVs are different. They run software constantly in the background. They connect to the internet all day. They receive automatic updates, and companies can change how those TVs behave long after they're sold. That's where this lawsuit begins. According to the complaint filed against Roku and TCL, customers say certain Roku-powered TVs began experiencing serious problems after software updates were installed. Some users reported black screens while audio still worked. Others described TVs freezing during startup or restarting endlessly. Some said factory resets didn't fix the issue at all. Roku has denied the claims and called the lawsuit meritless. TCL has not broadly addressed the allegations publicly. And it's important to be clear here. These are allegations in an active legal case, not proven facts. But the reason this story is spreading so quickly is because the frustration feels familiar. Almost everybody has experienced some version of this before. A phone that suddenly feels slower after an update, an app that changes overnight, a feature that disappears, a device that stops working the way it used to. And most people just accept it because software updates have become part of everyday life. But when the device affected is your television, it feels different. Because people do not think of a TV as temporary. They think of it as something stable, something reliable, something that should not suddenly stop working because software changed somewhere behind the scenes. And this is the part that makes the story bigger than Roku. Modern smart TVs are no longer just televisions. They are software platforms. Companies like Roku make money not only from selling devices, but from advertising, streaming partnerships, recommendations, and viewer engagement inside the TV ecosystem itself. That means the software matters just as much as the hardware. Updates are constantly being pushed to improve apps, security, performance, and compatibility. In many cases, those updates are useful and necessary. But when something goes wrong, consumers are often left in a difficult position because they usually cannot roll the software back themselves. They cannot easily repair the issue, and in many cases, they may not even know what caused the problem in the first place. One day the TV works, the next day it doesn't. And for customers dealing with these alleged issues, that lack of control became the real problem. To understand why this lawsuit matters, you have to zoom out beyond televisions. More and more products inside our homes now depend on software updates. Cars receive remote updates. Doorbells connect to cloud systems. Appliances sync with apps. Even refrigerators and washing machines now function like internet-connected devices. The convenience can be incredible, but it also changes the relationship between consumers and the products they own, because ownership starts to feel less permanent when companies can remotely alter how devices function after purchase. That tension has been growing for years. Consumers want products that improve over time, but they also want reliability. And sometimes those two things collide. The Roku and TCL case taps directly into that fear. Not because every smart TV is failing, but because people are realizing how dependent modern devices have become on software systems they cannot see or control. And this is where things become complicated. Companies argue that updates are necessary to keep devices secure, compatible, and functional. Without updates, smart TVs could become vulnerable to security risks or stop supporting major streaming apps altogether. That argument is completely reasonable. But consumers also expect something else. If a software update damages functionality, they expect accountability, especially when the product costs hundreds of dollars and sits at the center of everyday life inside the home. This is not some niche gadget used by tech enthusiasts. It is the living room television. It is movie night, sports games, family routines, background noise after work. It is one of the most normal products people own. And that is exactly why this story resonates. Because when ordinary products suddenly become unpredictable, people start questioning how much control they actually have over the technology surrounding them. The lawsuit is still ongoing, and there is no final outcome yet. But regardless of what happens in court, the bigger conversation is already here. What responsibilities do tech companies have after a product is sold? How long should companies support software-driven devices? And if an update causes serious problems, who should be responsible for fixing them? Those questions are only becoming more important as homes become increasingly connected, because the television in your living room is no longer just a television. It is part of a much larger software ecosystem that continues operating long after checkout. And for many consumers, that realization is uncomfortable. Not because technology is getting worse, but because ownership itself is starting to feel different than it used to. And listen, if you like this video, you'll love the next one. See you there.